Hello, everyone. I just wanted to cover this subject that I've been seeing pop up about the whole fighting game and being good, whatever. I seen a comment earlier. I don't know if I can recall. I might see it again. But anyways, it's the original tweet that this has been. There's another original tweet. But anyways, I know we like to dunk on folks who critique fighting games and get good to them to death, but the entry barrier is entirely too small for normal people. I love SF, but I have a job, 2 kids. How am I supposed to compete with a cracked beta and now plays 14 hours a day on ranked? Well, ranked is not a great way to learn low-key. Expecting to compete at the highest level in anything at all without putting in the time and effort is silly. Why do Twitter people keep making statements like this about video games? Interesting. But yeah, let's read the tweets and then I'll give my thoughts at the end. Honestly, I seen another tweet that was talking about shit. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, yes, argument, whatever. I don't remember what it was. It was something I had at the tip of my head. Yeah, whatever. It'll come to me. All right, so let's see what some of the comments are like. So I want to start off the bat. This one saying like expecting to compete at the highest level without putting. It's not even about that. It's just like he's really complaining like the barrier to entry is just a bitch because some people are just no lives. He's bitching about people who literally be having no life, or you could say losers and shit, right? And I'm gonna say it's probably a good majority that gatekeeps, where the people who are at the top actually do have a life. I'll tell you that much. All the people I know that are super good actually do have jobs and shit. The fuck motherfuckers still think a majority of the community ain't just young motherfuckers or motherfuckers with an actual job is baffling. See, right? That's literally 1% that made the Street Fighter a job. Lamo, right? Yeah. Yeah, full-time and abundance of real life. So as do many players, we're literally normal adults. I mean, yeah, no, he's right. It grinds. How do you compete in Guitar Hero when you have 100%ing the Haringer song so early? How do you compete in SF2 versus the guy that basically lives at the arcade? What the hell? But yeah, I have a job, 2 kids, and I still grind games. SF6 is no different. I get. And then the real thing is that I'm always fighting uphill battles, control event, but you know what? I could keep fighting single attendee. If you've been playing fighting games for 20 plus years and you're still blaming your losses on a new game being too easy, you need to stop and think. He's speaking bars. He's speaking bars right there. But let's go look at the other comment. I swear, I wish I could remember the comment that originally I seen. Oh yeah, this is I'll get into this, all right? Basically some dude who actually is parent. He won a Tekken tournament. We'll get into that. Someone completed. A lot of us dreamed up of playing fighting games as a job. I also think it's a problem how we see games as toys, and we do look at LeBron James, grown adults. How am I supposed to compete against that? I mean, like, bruh, Daigo's an adult with a full, busy life and considered the best in the world. Still, he barely practices to just enjoy the game. Right. Exactly. It's really like taking baby steps, right? So much slower, yada yada. It means you're just not the best. You will not be the best. No, he's right. He's right. No. Any serious game with a crux in his competition against another person comes down to measure of who can put more and better work. You'll get doomed in CS:GO in the same reason you get stun locked in the league, whatever. The nature of competition is that you will lose to someone who practices more than you. Sure, you lose to a cracked 14-year-old, but that doesn't mean you aren't plenty of people who will actually beat. SF6 is widely popular, and a majority of pleasures are casual. Right. Competitive play will always be cutthroat and require dedication most people can't give. That's why I think it's great, as it has a lot of entry level content. Okay, yeah. I don't remember what the original tweet is, but someone said about the meta about Tekken. Anyways, and so now I remember someone was talking about the whole talent thing, that if you don't have talent, you can't really make it, and it's a weird thing. But anyway, so this guy really won, and it's Tekken, and here's the reason why it doesn't mean shit for Tekken. Tekken is an extremely bloated fucking game. As long as you're decent and you happen to have like a flowchart that none of the pro players are used to, you can viably win 1,000%, 100%, 1,000,000,000%. So this isn't as impressive as you think it is, but he very clearly is solid. He is. That's just the thing about Tekken. It's just how bloated it is. And the whole thing about talent is, in fighting games, it can help 100%, but it doesn't matter as much as you think. And it comes down to a lot of things, even in other sports, is that playing for longer, like the game, a lot of things, dude, legacy matters a fucking lot. And especially in Tekken. Because, okay, let's look at Tekken. Tekken's a great example on how legacy can, like, you have to first literally learn the game before you can all play the game. One character can have up to 100 fucking moves. Now, not all players will remember all moves. You will know your character, maybe like your secondary and third, all their 100 moves. You're not going to know the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast, you'll know at least half their moves. And that's why in Tekken, you can still get clapped by a rando, because they might do a certain string, yada, yada, yada. And it's funny, because at high level Tekken, you have this huge barrier entry for your character. And you could just learn this, and that. Like, you can learn in an optimal way, but are you really playing your character? The answer is no. In my opinion, no. You're not truly really playing, like, you have to at least know your main, all his fucking moves, and then know the basic bread and butter for, like, what the rest of the cast, right? Your 10, 11, 12 frame punishes, yada yada. Then there's frame data, shit like that, right? That's the work you put in. Like, there's a lot of work. And then that's when your talent can kick in. Early on, sure, your talent can kick in because no one knows what they're doing. But then once you start putting in the work, like, oh, hell no, dude, that shit goes right down the drain. Take it from someone, like, I am talented. I'll tell y'all motherfuckers, I'm talented as fuck. That's not even me being cocky. Like, it's just fact, bro. Like, I can't even be, like, too humble about it. It's just, bro, I impress myself half the fucking time. My reaction times are fucking insane. But, like, there's a huge mental stack in fighting games. Because there's so much shit you have to fucking think about. On top of having to play your opponent. It's the character, the meta, and the opponent. It's 3 different things, bro. It's 3 different things. And going back to, like, with Street, like, yeah, no, I've even said, even with things that, fucking, like my coach said, it's not, when I did wrestling, is that it's not so much about just simply, don't just simply lift to lift with effort. And even Arnold Schwarzenegger said this, like, when you lift, every single second and minute should count for something. You should be focusing every single fiber of your muscle. If you don't, then it's wasted effort. And yeah, no. And that's really what it is, man. When I go to labbing, man, that's something I'm genuinely I'm in, and that's why I tell people, like, it's okay you have to do things you don't like, right? For anything in life, you really do. So you have to spend some time labbing if you don't like labbing, right? It's not the be all end all, right? I want to say that. So you don't have to be a crazy labber. You do have to put in time and effort and hours. But this is the real crux on how these people got there in the first place, is they're mad passionate. They're mad passionate, dude. I like labbing because it's something that I find fun. I find labbing way more fun than playing online ranked. By the way, ranked is not the best way to learn. You're better off doing long sets against people and at different varying skill levels. But anyways, yeah, no, like, effort really pays off in fighting games. And again, and it's legacy. Like, someone said, oh, now I remember the tweet. It's like, it doesn't matter, like, oh, how tempted you say, like, oh, fighting games are not a race, they're a marathon, and you lost a long time ago. It's like, yeah, no, that is an absolutely true statement. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see any of you, or not any of you, apologies to my audience, I'm pretty sure a good number of you aren't trying to compete. I made another video, by the way, of talking about why you won't be competitive, or you won't be winning that $1 million. Like, nah, bro, if this is your first time getting to fighting games competitive, or maybe even second year, I'd say, nah, dude, you have to already come in with experience with fighting games, man, just straight up. Because guess what? Like, once you get to that, okay, like, you know how to play fighting games, or you know how to play Street Fighter 6. I'm like, I'm not fully there. I'm halfway there for FF6, and I could definitely get master rank, like, confidently. I just been busy actually enjoying the game. Like, I haven't let that stigma of, like, oh, if I don't get no, I haven't, because I proved it with the open beta. Like, dude, I got literally diamond with all my secondary characters and characters I don't use. And Luke, I got, like, diamond 5 very easily, like, right at the start, and then I could have gotten master rank. I was a couple short, and I was like, I don't really care. I'll get the real rank when the game comes out. And now I'm just enjoying the game for what it is. And I realized there's more matchups I gotta learn. I was like, oh, you know what? I don't care about rank. If I'm gonna go on a rank, I'd rather be more consistent. Like, Daigo said that tournaments are just like, you don't go tournaments for winning. You don't really use it for a measurement. Like, no, you go lab and practice, and then tournaments are just the fruits of your labor. And that's honestly how I see ranked now. And plus, also, rank doesn't mean much, but that's a whole nother conversation I'll get into. But yeah, no, that's just the reality of it is that, and all more importantly, the talent matters to an extent. It does, but there's something my coach said is that hard work will beat talent any day, and I have to agree. I've been beating people that are way less talented than me, or not even way less. I don't know how. It's hard to measure someone's talent. It really is. One of the most obvious is obviously reaction times, right? Like, that's a given. But sometimes you don't. Someone's a really good reader, someone's a really good labber, someone's a really good, just neutral. They have they're a natural at neutral, right? Like, fucking Clockwork is really solid with neutral, and even theory crafting, everything else, he sucks, but he has talent. He really does. He's not trash. He just doesn't play enough. He literally just doesn't play enough. And the thing is, what I do want to say is, like, yeah, no, I get it. It can be tough if you do have a wife, kids in this. But if you're that kind of person, you have to have been playing fighting games for a minute, man. Like, that's just the nature of it. I mean, dude, I know pro players who are, like, they have kids and stuff. You look at, well, Creepy Sleepy, I guess, I don't know if he is or isn't a pro player. Fucking, and then Underscore's married. He has a full job. Moo fucking has a full job. Like, just to say that because you have all this, and that. No, they just really enjoy the game they've been playing for years, and they put in that money, or that effort, really. But, and are there people that put in hours? Yeah, but funny enough, dude, unless they're actual pro players, they're not really, And that's the thing, too, that does suck, is that unless you're just talented and you've been playing for a long time and you are that kind of person that has that much free time to go as hard as a pro, it's a motherfucker. It really is, man. It is kind of a gateway. And I do feel I kind of sympathize with that. Which is why I think there needs to be like almost leagues, right? So then people, those kinds of people can get a chance, and then fuck it, then they could be like, let's say mid-tier league, and then they can make fighting games their job, and then we don't see the same motherfuckers every single time. And that's something I do find a bit not annoying, but it's like it gets old fast, right? Like I like Daigo, like I always do. But man, that motherfucker didn't start winning shit till way later, right? He plays how he wants, and believe it or not, Daigo's not even talented. Fun fact, Daigo's not talented. And take it from someone who's really good at game. Look at my fucking gamer tag. Come on, I need to get a PhD in gaming, bro. It's no bullshit. And I've had a knack for being able to tell talent even outside of video games. And yeah, no, I've seen Daigo play shit outside of Street Fighter. He is not talented. Like holy fuck, dude. Like that man is the living epitome of hard work beats talent, dude. Like no bullshit. And what's even funnier, I personally have seen that people who are really talented in fighting games tend to not generally, well, they can win. Like Momochi's definitely talented. Dogura is, but they don't win like the most, and nor they're renowned, right? But it's like they're up there. But again, they're not Daigo. They're not like the dude number one. Maybe Dogura for anime fighters, right? But you get what I'm saying? There's definitely some talent. Like I'm not saying that there's not talented people, but for as much as people think that talent can win, it's not. It doesn't win as much as you think it does. Like you'd think automatically Dogura would be winning all the time Street Fighter and anime fighters, but no. And again, so the whole talent thing and then the whole putting in effort, it's like you just have to really like the game. You just do it. You don't, like I mean, I played fighting games for about a year or two until I found out that there was a competitive scene for it. Really, I was like, oh shit, really? Damn, this is dank. And I never thought, oh, I want to do it. Like, no, I just watched it and shit, because I never thought that fucking video games made fucking good money. Well, outside of being a dev, but I never cared about being a dev. But yeah, that's it. That's just something I personally want to give my 2 thoughts to. It is what it is, man. This is something you got to put in time, effort, and if you're not dedicated, and here's a good example. Like for me, like I'm trying. I want to get that million, and yeah, like we've seen me. I got what it takes. There is no bullshit. I am talented. I already have the prerequisite time, and I even have enough free time. Well, not technically free time. I'm watching a baby right now, but it's not that hard for me to play games, stop, lab, play with the baby, feed the baby, check on them, whatever. Oh, parents come back. Okay, cool. Go to work, whatever. Like, I still have shit I have to do. It's not like I'm fully free, but I have far more free time than what most people do. And even I even do content creation, and that cock blocks a huge portion of what I do. But that's a whole different discussion I want to get into on why it matters that you should actually spend time on making your brand outside of just being a pro player for it to actually fucking matter. But yeah, that's it. That's really it, man. Like, it's the nature of sports in general, not even just fighting games, man. But yeah, that'll be it. So that might be a harsh reality check for some people. Like, you just got to be dedicated. And like I said, for me, you have to be like if you're gonna get pro, you better sit here and be like, yo, this is one of the best games ever. Like I literally get upset when people don't talk about Street Fighter. Like, oh, Starfield. So I mean, Starfield's actually looking good, low key. I'm not gonna lie. But like, I don't give a fuck about anything else but Street Fighter 6 right now. Like, I was not passionate for any release but Street Fighter. Those are the kind of people that you're going up against. Those are the kind of people that love this game and putting in the effort. If you don't have that kind of passion for this game, you're not gonna win. Because that's what 100% I want to say that matters more than talent and time to play is passion, bro. If you got no passion or love for the games or game, you're never gonna make it, because that passion is what carries you. You don't look at, like, literally, I didn't start looking at Twitter shit until way later when the community members told me to get on. The low kick, the freaking goddamn tournament. He's like, yo, let's check it out. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. There's good memes, good way to contact stuff, see what's good with the FGC. Why? Because I was too busy playing the fucking game. When you're too busy playing the fucking game, you don't got time for none of this drama bullshit. Me, I'm doing this because it's good for fucking YouTube, right? Like, I'm putting in extra effort outside to help grow my brand. And it's like, yeah, like if you don't have the mentality, like if you're the kind of motherfucker who picked up Diablo, which shame on you to a degree, because fuck Activision, but I mean, if you want to play Diablo, fair enough. I'm not gonna be that kind of person, but you're not gonna make it. There's honest to God, if you don't have that kind of love or passion for fucking fighting games or this game in general, you're not going to make it. That's what matters, in my opinion, far more, dude. Far fucking more. Passion carries you, and we've seen it time and time again. Heck, Bob Ross has a quote about it. There's no such thing as talented. You can, if you're passionate enough, you can become talented. And I kind of agree with that statement to a degree. Like I said, there is still talent, right? But like, even if you're super passionate, you can circumvent, I believe, even your talent. Because again, harder work beats talent, as my coach said. And yeah, that's it. That's just what I want to say. By the way, there are games I am hyped for. Like, I'm waiting for Armored Core and shit. But my point stands. You have to have that kind of mentality, really. And yeah, that'll be all about it. Feel free to check out. If you guys have any topics, feel free to post them here. Even if it's Facebook, even though I don't really get on Facebook, right? But yeah, Twitter. And don't forget to join FGC Dojo, capital FGC, lowercase Dojo. And yeah, that's it. By the way, I just want to teach people just because it's fun, because fighting games are fun when you're good. You're at least decent. You don't have to be godlike. It's just that it's a motherfucker. They're cutthroat, like one of the dudes said. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch you later. Sorry this was a bit long.